You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. I'm your host, dini-mussolini, and we have a very special guest, so you definitely want to stick around for that. You've often heard that what you focus on grows, and indeed that is true. A quick look back on your own experience will provide an ample confirmation of this. Perhaps the most powerful and accessible way to focus on the positive is through gratitude. Take care not to unnecessarily limit your gratitude. Be thankful not only for the shiny, new, easy, ample, happy, delicious things, but also for the things which may not at first appear to be blessings. Find a way to be thankful for the difficulties. Somewhere in each of them is something positive, or there was a teaching moment there. You know, being thankful certainly takes more effort when it is directed towards the disappointments as well as the joys. The effort is returned, though, many times over. It enables you to connect with the positive aspect of each situation. So find a way to be thankful for it all, and you'll uncover value and abundance in every direction. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens, or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
Imagine being paid for using social media. WebTalk is changing the way we connect and get paid. WebTalk is the social media platform that pays you. With WebTalk, you can promote and manage all your social media sites from one place. It includes features like user search, media galleries, referral tracking, magic newsfeed, Meet video chat, classifieds, and much, much more. WebTalk is booming with over 4 million users. Manage, connect, engage, get paid. No matter why you network, you can do it better with WebTalk. You can connect with your friends, colleagues, and the world. Use WebTalk to consolidate, organize, and syndicate everything. Imagine your perfect networking app. You will find it with WebTalk. It's time to take back control of you. WebTalk is the best free way to communicate and create success. To learn more, visit myfreewebtalk.com. That's myfreewebtalk.com.
Again, welcome to the show. I'm your host, dini-mussolini, and you're listening to Vigilantes Radio Podcast. Our special guest tonight is an artist by the name of Mr. Charlie, and we are the people who have dedicated their mornings, weekdays, and nights to music, books, movies, news, business ventures, raising vibrations, and being the best light workers and indigos that we can be. From our incredible writing and promotion here on our new Facebook page. By the way, if you're on Facebook right now, you can find that over at Vigilantes Radio, to our interviews and music show, which is what you're listening to now, or our spiritual and intuitive talk called Skeptics of the Handshake. We spend each and every day giving our maximum effort to create a exciting indie and professional community for all creative minds that coexist in this beautiful artistic world. And once again, guys, our special guest tonight is Mr. Charlie. So let's go ahead and invite him on. Hey, man, you're now live in the midst with all of us. How's it going?
I'm good. You can hear me?
Yes, sir, we can. Loud and clear. How's it going?
Everything's good. Just, enjoying the Miami weather.
For sure, man. It must be lovely, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, how has the coronavirus affected your music, if it has in any way?
Well, I would say that I was going to be shooting a lot of videos, this month, but it got in the way of a lot of that and recording, going to the studios. But luckily, I got an in-house studio too. But I want to work with certain engineers, so we just on hold for a little bit. Hopefully it'll clear up in a couple of months.
Nice, yeah. And as far as I can tell, you're somewhat known for being a versatile artist who likes to party and have fun and be charismatic within your life of music and singing the blues in rap form. So tell us a little bit about your style and choice of genre.
Well, basically, it's pretty much my character as a human being. Through some albums, some people stick to one genre of music or one style or flow. But to me, I look at it as, in life, we laugh, we cry. We got different emotions. So I think what's real to me is expressing all those emotions, whether it's love, humor, or sadness, So I try to bring all those elements in. And some, I go out and party. It's certain elements. Sometimes things get serious, and you go through real tragic situations. So I express all of those emotions in the album, and I'm very honest at doing so.
Most definitely. And if you will, man, kind of take us back into the start of your journey, like how it all began with you becoming an artist.
Well, when I was young, my mother always, played a lot of the Al Green, Teddy Pendergrass, and I, took a liking to that at a young age. After she played music, I go back and put on certain records and just listen. And she said I was just one of the, children that just loved to stay around the music. So as I grew up, it stuck with me. I started DJing, I had a cousin who used to rap, and it always, he inspired me to want to do it. And I just started writing raps one day, and he used to always pick at me like, that's whack. Then one day I said a rap to him, and he said, who wrote that? And I was like, I did. So that's when I knew I was, getting better. He was like, nah, you didn't write that. So about a couple years after that, I met our executive producer, which was a friend of the family. So he had a record store. And I went there with a friend of mine who also rapped, and I let him know that he had some rappers in the store, and I let him know that we rapped. So he had us battle them, and we won the battle. And nice. So a couple of months later, he got shot, and so we ended up, he got out the hospital, and he came to my house with his brother and just said he wanted to, started like a company and wanted to produce. So I found my other partner, who was the other half of the Young Arresters. We met Eric Griffin, who he died. He passed away. Also, the executive producer, he passed away too. Both of them was, shot. And but long story short, he put us in the studio. We recorded our first song called Poison Ivy. It hit the Billboard charts. After that, we recorded another song called B Girls. And that also hit the charts. It blew up. We did a platinum album. I started producing after that. Got with LaFace Records and made a song called You Like Pina Colada. And did a movie soundtrack called Let's Touch. Did a couple of them, but Let's Touch was on a big motion picture type of situation where it was, a big hit record that I really never put out, but it was a hit record just because of the movie. And I'm just now getting back into the music game of because I had stopped after that, so I'm getting back into it. And just I'm just put out Charlie Blues and about to put together an album, a body of work, and see what happens.
Most definitely. So, what would you say is like one of the key elements that would allow your listeners to relate to what you're saying in your music?
I think honesty. I think people like honesty, and I think people relate to the reality of just going back to looking at my life and knowing that he's telling the truth. You can research a lot of the stuff I say. And I think the honesty and, pain of what I went through, the humor, and that is all real, So just being real to people, I think, is going to be the key.
Most definitely. Yeah, man. I've noticed, too, like there's been a trend of like realness in music and people relating to how people are expressing, things they go through, their vulnerability, their, relationships and emotions, and not, how the 90s, everybody was, singing and rapping about everything that, sometimes wasn't true. 80% of the time it wasn't true.
Correct, right.
Yeah. So yeah, man, big ups to you for that, man, for keeping it real, man. I call it realistic music,
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the great. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what I was basically saying, you just confirmed what I was saying, and that was going on in the early '80s and '90s, And I just felt uncomfortable, doing that. So I just said, let me give people the real,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because that's what people can relate to. Everybody's not living that Hollywood movie rock star,
right.
dealer, gangster lifestyle.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to watch and listen to. I enjoy my fair share of it, but that's not the basis of my reality in these days.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one of the great debates out there in music today is how to actually go about releasing and supporting your music. I guess with the younger crowd, the millenniums or whatever they call them nowadays, they have short attention span, and full-length albums aren't being released as much as they used to. They're going to EPs and even sometimes singles, a single a week or a single a month, and that's a fast pace to me. I remember the industry being like 2 or 3 years you can live off a project. But what is your theory and what is your opinion on how often should you release music and how much time should you spend on supporting that release before you move on to something else?
Well, myself, I tend to go against the grain a lot, and I eat the fish and spit out the bones. From the new way of doing things, I tap into that, and I also use the old tactics. I believe that people still like a body of work. I do believe that, even though a lot of people are just dropping singles. But I also be around like a lot of the younger generation too, and it's crazy because some of them still like a body of work, instead of just putting out singles. So it's just preference at the end of the day, and I go back to what I love and what I like. And I know I'm not going to capture everybody, and I'm just really focused on people who love still, a body of work, of music, an album.
Most definitely. So I'm not sure if I really lean one way or the other just yet. I mean, on one hand, you got to make sure that you spend quality time with your hard work and effort in music. And then on the other side with promoting the record, with content and short videos and even responding to fans and listeners of your music. What's your theory or what's your opinion on how to effectively engage with your listening audience?
The social media, it kind of changed from, when our early days of getting started, you used to actually have to, pay a promoter X amount of $1,000 to take you on the road and put up posters and stuff like that. And some of that groundwork is still, it still makes sense to do. And a lot of it is turned towards social media, Instagram, Spotify, getting on playlists. So I'm learning a new game now. So it's different, but I'm taking my time with it. And then, I'm getting the hang of it, So the new way is, well, you look at it like this. A DJ can take your song and play it in a club and maybe 500, 1,000 people, maybe even 2,000. But you're reaching millions on social media, and everybody pretty much got their phones in their hands, So I think it's leaning more towards, the internet, the social media, outlets on there.
Most definitely. All right. So on the performance tip, I don't know if you've been in these occasions where maybe an act came on before you and it kind of ruined the crowd's mood because they were, wasn't up to par with what they were expecting, or the crowd is impatient and waiting for the opening act, and you had to come on stage and kind of smooth things over. Have you ever experienced anything like that where you had to bring a crowd out of their sour mood and into your world and get them rocking with you?
Of course. Yeah. Like I say, we had, we would put out Poison Ivy and B-Girl, some of the singles we did. They was, well, I guess we never had that issue ourselves, but yes, coming out after the group, because our songs was hit records. So as soon as they hit a song, they go to rocking with it. But as far as another artist, we always work with the crowd, talking to them. We talk to them. Sometimes you can, have a conversations with them before the music come on and crack a joke, because I got a humorous character and my other partner had one too. So that's how I used to break it with the crowds, talk to them a little bit, and they like that. They like when you interact with them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah. All right. Man, not everybody is lucky to have a crowd, to come into their world. And yeah, tip my hat to you guys, man, for knowing how to work the stage. Right. That's a superpower in its own.
Yeah, because, it's so many people have hit records, but they get on stage and just bore the crowd or don't know which songs to actually play first, last, in the middle, so it's a setup to all of this stuff. And that's the difference, I think, with a lot of the younger generation now. They don't have, people, because in the labels back in the days, they had people that was choreographers and, some artist development and stuff like that. They don't have that anymore. So a lot of these new artists just doing things themselves, and they don't have the discipline of, somebody telling them, okay, this is how you do this and this is how you do that. And, you know, a lot of times they have boring shows, hot records but boring shows. So,
yeah. So do you allow yourself to feel the success of what you've achieved already?
I try not to go deep into that and just keep creating what I love, because sometimes it can go to your head, you know, and you get sidetracked of thinking that, you know, it's enough, you know, just because you're feeling yourself. But I like to keep my ear to the streets, you know, and just keep it creative, you know, and stay in the studio creating good music without letting it go in my head like that.
Yeah. Success to me is true happiness, you know, as long as you're happy doing what you love doing. How do you define success these days?
Well, that's a good question, because a lot of people are rich as far as financially, but my success today is really being healthy and, like you say, doing what I love and being happy. You know what I'm saying? You was pointing this out a little earlier, and that's the true success, because you could have $20 and be unhealthy, $20 and be broke, and then somebody can have $100 million and be unhealthy. So you know, you can't even enjoy that. You know, so I look at it like that. You know, so you know, health, and I got family now, so that's, you know, that's my way of winning. You know, music is just a hobby. It's a hobby I love doing, but the real success is being, like you say, being happy and doing what you love, being happy doing what you love.
That's right. That's correct. And do you feel like the music you've made on Carol City Finest set you apart from the rest of what's happening out there in the music world?
Yes, it goes back to what we was talking about earlier with being real and being honest, because you get a lot of, and I think just the directions I go in my music, because a lot of people talk of it's crazy, because like when you turn on the radio, it's like you hear the same concepts in all of the songs. You know, it's just the same thing, and I just say I don't know how, because I don't know who the artist is. They all sound like the same artist, the same, you know, the same beats, the same everything. So I try to make sure I don't, you know, do that same, you know, because sometimes you have a hit record and everybody try to do what the latest hit is, you know. And I just like to go against the grain and stand out with something different.
Yeah, and that's crazy that the industry has always been that way. No matter what era that you even look at, the Motown domination, to Def Jam domination, to even the rock era. When one record hits, you get tens and thousands of songs that sound exactly like that.
Exactly the same, yeah.
Yeah, and the only person who can break the mold is someone who comes along and do something fresher than, you know, the other song that's been played 1,000 times.
And another thing, to go with what you're saying, what happened over the years, what I noticed, a lot of people, it was a payola thing going on with paying DJs, paying radio stations. So a lot of whack music came out because people had money, you know. So and so it's a lot of talented, creative artists out there, but they're not even being heard, you know, because of the money that's being paid by whack artists, you know. And not everything is whack, but that's we're dealing with a lot of effect of that, of people who's not really talented but rich and, you know, known, but they not really talented, you know.
Yes, sir. So we all want to make music that is timeless and that transcends events, and, you know, do you write your music with that in mind, or do you kind of just let things flow as they flow?
I would say both to that. I let it go with the flow, but I also, you know, want to make something that you can play 30, 100 years later, and if you like, I feel what he was saying. You know, like I say, I put, you know, from the humor to the pain, and pain is universal. You know, humor, laughter is universal. So if anything, I could listen to a Richard Pryor album right now and laugh, you know, at a joke that was made in his time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think that's and he was another honest artist, you know, as far as his comedic skills, and I think that's what makes you live on and on and on, you know.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. All right, guys, are y'all ready for some music? We have Mr. Charlie with his song Charlie Blues, and we'll be right back with more Mr. Charlie. Stay tuned.
Father, I need your help. Why is this life so hard? Sometimes I wanna give up. Man, I swear to God. But I think about my kids. I change because they need me. My girl think I'm cheating. Lie so much she don't believe me. Lord know I f***ed around. I f***ed a lot up. I gamble so damn much. Don't ask cause I don't know. I played a lot of games, and sometimes I got played. Just wanna thank you, Lord. I know I could've had AIDS. I know I could've died that day that I got shot. You never gave up on me. Lord, you all I got. I just wanna win. I'm waiting on my break. I'm trying to have some patience, but damn how long it takes. Sometimes I'm really happy, sometimes I'm really sad. I look back on my life, Lord, I was really bad. I hurt a lot of people, I was so damn evil. I guess I'm repenting. Oh Lord, I need you. I guess this is karma. Guess I f***ed my blessings. Lord, I learned my lesson. I just wanna stop stressing. I see why people drink now. I see why they get high. See why they wanna give up. Slit they wrists and die. Man, this life is hard. It's like you just can't win. I can't trust my family. Feel like I have no friends. I ain't seen my daddy. I just wanna hug him. Just don't get along. But I really love him. I got some kids I ain't seen, beefing with they mamas. Act like they so perfect, but I ain't with that drama. I just mind my business, I put that in your hands. One day my kids will grow up, I hope they understand. So what happened when you leave her? Realize that you don't need her. They used to kids against you, but they ain't perfect either. That's why I miss my granny and my granddaddy too. Until I see him again, I'm just gonna sing these blues. I be hurting sometimes, not every day but sometimes. I be hurting sometimes. I be hurting sometimes, not every day but sometimes. I be hurting sometimes.
All right. We are back again. That was Mr. Charlie with his song, Charlie Blues. Oh man. Did that get real? See, that's the music I like, you know. Real stories, man. Something you can feel. A lot of us going through that, what he was talking about, you know. So, very relatable song. Very dope, too. All right. The way to find confidence is to look for a challenge. Rock solid confidence and lasting self-esteem cannot be handed to you, no matter how well intentioned your benefactor may be. Confidence and self-esteem come from the direct experience of meeting challenges. Confidence is well worth the trouble. With confidence in yourself, anything is possible, but confidence cannot be created out of nothing. Try to do that and you'll only get arrogance, a poor substitute which crumbles at the first tough challenge. Confidence must be built, just as strong muscles are built by lifting heavier and heavier weights. Confidence is built by taking on bigger and bigger challenges. Don't shy away from challenge. Welcome it. Seek it out, and it will teach you. It will discipline you. It will give you valuable experience, and it will build in you something which can help take you wherever you wish to go. That, my friends, is confidence. Take two and call me in the morning. But for right now, let's bring back the man of the moment, Mr. Charlie. Welcome back, man. Dope record, man. Dope record.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. So,
just
man,
took me to church, man.
Man.
You took me to church, man. That was a nice little speech there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's quite a testimony, man, within that song as well.
Right, appreciate it.
Yeah. So before we end the show, let our listeners know where they can connect with you online and check out more music.
Well, I'm on Spotify under Mr. Charlie. It's a couple of Mr. Charlies on there, maybe 2 or 3. But I'm the one with the kid. Me as a little kid, I got my baby picture on there. Well, not really a baby picture, but like 4 or 5, something like that. And Instagram is MR_CHARLIE 305, Mr. Charlie 305. And Twitter is MCHARLIE 305. And everything is pretty much else is Mr. Charlie 305.
All right, cool deal. And guys, just in case you didn't catch that, I will have those links in the description and in the show notes of this episode. So all you have to do is click those links. Well, Mr. Charlie, again, I want to thank you so much for being our special guest. It was truly an honor getting to know you and your music.
Likewise.
Yeah, man, thank you so much. And have a blessed night. Stay safe. Keep a mask on. And yeah, man, looking forward to seeing more music from you.
We coming. I'll keep you updated. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Thank you.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay, but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the #1 rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.